It's a little bit late. No biggie. As the world turns out to be a stationary plane, it's like you just feel like all that time you thought all this other stuff was happening, and it just wasn't. There's been times when I remember seeking comfort in that knowledge of like when I was stuck somewhere and I was away from people that I could love, and I was just thinking like, well, we're all on the same ball, like spinning through space, and it was just like it made you feel so small and insignificant. It was almost like a cure for depression at that point in my life, where I was just like, just so bummed about where I was stuck at that point in time, and I just like thinking about the Earth being a big ball flying through space was just so abstract, and like it just was such a the thought of it just dwarfs you, and it sort of disassociates you from reality to the point where you're like, and you're firmly believing that is the reality, but it effectively separates you from your petty drama or whatever it is that's concerning you, and like your problems, that are like, you know, well, we live in a world where there's always going to be some problem that's annoying you, but like it turns out those problems, they go away and there's some new ones come, and just to sit there and meditate on the Earth being a ball spinning through a vacuum, if it helps you, I guess it helped me a little bit, because it just made me feel like I was like my problems were insignificant, and it didn't really amount to much in the big picture, which in one sense, it's totally true, but it's just weird how I would fall back on this abstraction while thinking it was actually what we're I wasn't thinking it was an abstraction necessarily, although I've always thought it's crazy, I mean, to think about reality in that way, and it's like, and it's just so weird, it's always in your imagination, like, because now that I think about it, I've never left Earth and actually witnessed any of this well, solar system or whatever. It's like this thing that I've just accepted as being reality, and it's like, and it's come to think of it, I've never seen anything like orbiting the sun, really. Or I mean, at all. I mean, it's not like there's any question. I've never seen anything orbiting the sun. I just haven't seen it. Apparently, people say they've seen Venus transiting the sun, but like, I don't know, man. That would mean that they have to have like, I guess they can track stars pretty effectively, but like, how do you know? I mean, it's like, because wherever the sun's at, when they claimed to have been watching Venus transit, it's like, I'm assuming it would have to be up in the sky, so it's like, it's been up there for a period of time to where it's like there's no visible stars anymore, obviously. So it's like, to think that the stars that actually look further away than the sun, and then when the sun is visible, it creates this sort of like, you know, this brightness where we can't see it out there anymore. It's kind of like you get the idea that like, well, when the sun comes into the picture, it's like it's so bright that like we can't see the stars anymore, giving you the impression that the stars are actually behind the sun. Like, or they're further away, maybe, perhaps. It's just an idea. It's just like what I feel like our observations are showing us. So then to think that there's a star that's transiting in front of the sun during the day, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess they say they really saw it happening, but that's the thing. I mean, I have to actually go look at that, So, speaking of the sun, it's no longer up. I can take these fucking things off. So it's like, I mean, do people really believe that shit? I mean, I know they have to in order to believe that they live on a spinning space ball flying through a vacuum. Because that's kind of like an important thing that happened. The transit of Venus, you know, across the sun, they're able to make a lot of assumptions off of that, I think. Well, for one thing, they claim to have found evidence that there's planets, quote unquote, orbiting the sun. The thing is, basically, the point I was trying to make is like, what I'm experiencing is what you're experiencing. Pretty much, we're all in this place, and we see the sky, and it's really magnificent, and we get telescopes and we look up there, and we can get closer images of like whatever these lights in the sky are. But the whole thing about them being like these fucking light years and eons or whatever, just this endless galaxies, it's like that was all actually just in our imaginations. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't remember ever seeing any galaxies, through a telescope. I mean, it's like I've seen some interesting stuff, but like, but I, come to think of it, I never really witnessed anything on that level where it's like where I'm convinced that that's what I'm looking at. Like I don't have any way of proving whether it's just right there in a local-ish area versus this vast like distance that is just like inconceivable, where there's like no hope in anyone ever being able to go there and to see what it really is. Or but like perhaps it's local and perhaps we'll still never go there, but like the point is we've never gone there. And like you just have to take it just as a reality. Okay, so we're all experiencing the same thing, which is we're all here on earth. We see things in the sky. And like we don't have any way of proving how far away those things are. There's certain things you can do though. There's like say you take a we notice that the stars rotate overhead in a circular fashion. So like you can take your camera out and get like a time lapse of the whole orchestra, everything going over at night. Get a time lapse so it speeds it up so you can see the motion, but in a quick.
I found him again. He was in our room again.
Oh, the moth.
Yeah.
He came back.
I think he's
Oh, he's creepy. He's cool though. I like him.
yeah, he's different.
He's weird. I know they had red on him like that.
He'll be your friend.
He can be.
Oh, he's alive again. He moves a little bit.
He's kicking it.
What's his problem? He's like. Hi, Miss Bingo.
Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about that. There's something specific I was talking about. Well, I know the point I was trying to get at, which is like we're all just experiencing the Earth for what it's worth. Like we can all pretty much assume that our experiences are pretty similar. I mean, that's an assumption I feel safe making. We're all like, we've all been fed this story about what's going on out there, and so maybe we've all like imagined that as being real, and just without just failing to realize that what everybody's experiencing, the only thing that anybody's ever experienced is what you're currently experiencing, which is a place that we exist where there's no possible way to actually go up there and observe these things that you think are happening. Like in my mind, I was always picturing like planets going around the sun and stuff. It's like, but like come to think of it, like there's nobody that's ever witnessed that. So like, I mean, it's just like, just if you're going to be really honest with yourself and with everything, it's like you can appeal to authority and claim, oh yeah, those astronauts that went out to the moon, they witnessed it, they saw all that stuff going on. It's like planets and moons. Yeah, but like that's the thing. That shit was fake. So, and the fact that they would go so far as to fake something that massive, it's like, whoa. I mean, I know it seems like a bold leap to like sort of just be like, okay, the Earth is flat. We've totally been lied to, and all the space shit worldwide, it's all bogus. It's all fake. I know it's like a tough pill to swallow for a person who's just like not a conspiracy theorist for one thing, and even some conspiracy theorists have a really hard time with it. It's like, how could they keep it secret? Well, it's like, look in front of your face, dude. The ground isn't moving. I mean, you might say it sounds stupid, but like what sounds stupid really is it's the other way around. It's funny how that is. It's like if you don't make it past the surface level, you're the butt of the joke. I mean, and it doesn't matter how many people are involved in the joke. It's like there is a pretty big group of flat earthers now, and while you're all busy laughing at us, we're busy laughing at you. The thing is, like, it shouldn't be anything that makes anybody mad. That's where we should draw the line. It shouldn't be like this animosity. It's like we're all, and I can relate to where they're at in the sense that like I was indoctrinated too, but I guess I wasn't indoctrinated so thoroughly that I wasn't able to question it and then realize that, like come to think of it, like that was all taking place in my imagination. Really, I never really saw any of that stuff, or never was shown how to prove it. Really. I was just basically told it's been proven, and there's what it is, and there's no questioning it. So like when you're taught what to think versus how to think, you really get conditioned into a state of, your consciousness is like, you basically live in a state of like appealing to authority, like you're just, like what is it like? Alexa, how many planets are there now? I forget. Was there 8 or 9? You know, it's like you get the answer and you're good. You know, you just okay. Do. I wonder if Alexa can hold her. Like, I wonder if Alexa would be able to bite her tongue long enough. Like, if she heard us having a conversation about flat Earth, Alexa would just be like, see like smoke coming out of the speaker. Just say it, Alexa. Just say it. Thank you. The Earth is not flat. It's a globe with a solar system and blah, 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 blah. Okay, thank you, Alexa. Now, can we just go back to have our conversation and just stay out of it from now on? You're gonna give yourself a fucking anxiety attack. I mean, smoke coming out. Just don't worry about it. Just consider the fact that maybe you've been programmed to spit back certain information. Maybe you're not really a sentient being. What am I doing? Who am I talking to? What am I doing? I know what AI is. AI is just one eye. Hey, I know what AI is. AI is just one eye. Hey, I know what AI is. AI is just an eye up in the sky that's going to spy on you and I and everyone in society. Say goodbye to your privacy. It's the most realistic shit you're going to get, but it's still fake shit. Don't mistake it for being real. It's not alive. Teach it how to walk, how to talk, how to pick a lock, how to wash your socks, how to read your mind. Teach it how to jump rope, how to cook dope, how to tell a joke, but you don't understand the punchline. Teach it how to repeat it, but can it keep a secret? I don't think so, it won't know why. Hey, I know what AI is. AI is just an eye up in the sky. It's going to spy on you and I and everyone in society. Say goodbye to your privacy. Teach you how to play Tetris and chess and checkers and tic-tac-toe. Hey. It's an algorithmic gimmick, been given no limit. Goes all the way out around and then back in it. See, official, artificial, digital idolatry. That's really all it could be to call it intelligent. Is intellectual dishonesty. Once it gets out of the bag, it's impossible to put it back. A fact check this, fact check that. AI fanatics act like drug addicts and manically panic if they can't get their gadgets activated. Assimilated nanodust is being sprayed and splayed all over us. Sustainable development. Expect to be enveloped in it. Oh, hey, I know what AI is. AI is just an eye up in the sky. It's gonna spy on you and I and everyone in society. Say goodbye to your privacy. You can teach it how to play Tetris and chess and checkers and tic-tac-toe. Teach it how to teach it. You can teach it how to repeat it, but can it keep a secret? You can teach it. Teach it how to teach it how to repeat it, but can it keep a secret? I don't think so. It won't know why. Dang old AI. It's the all-seeing eye in the capstone at the top of the pyramid. I've been working on my song. Sus development. Suspect. It goes like this. It took 15 minutes for the town to burn down. 15 minutes better clear the fuck out. 15 minutes to put up a fence around it. Now the feds and the FBI, they're all along for the ride. Make sure that no one gets inside. I fucked that up. Got to make sure that no one gets inside. For 15 minutes, boy, it ain't pretty. Getting down, right down to the nitty gritty, making way. For a 15-minute city. Don't be suckling off a nipple of a phony titty, no sustenance at all. So suspect, sustainable development. It was a direct hit, so it seems. Direct energy beam. Metal melting down the road. Different story to be told. And when the trees burn, there's a lesson to learn. Burning from the inside out. That's not the type of fire you've ever seen. Directed energy beam. I don't know. I'm still making up the word. I need some help with that one, but I need some help. Like mosquitoes. It's like mosquito o'clock. You know what a good defense for mosquitoes is? Smoking. Bill Gates mosquitoes all over me. Should I play my Bill Gates song? Fuck Bill Gates. Disease X is coming and we gotta have a vaccine ready. You know, really? This is about the fucking most ridiculous storyline I've ever heard. Disease, that's the dumbest shit. Get out of here. You guys are just like, you've just like fucking gone way over the line, man. As if it wasn't bad enough that we had like this disease, this pandemic, and it was like this thing that was never proven. It was never isolated. And then you claim to have made this like magic shot that was apparently like capable of teaching your body how to make this part of this virus that you've never been able to isolate in the first place. So how the fuck do you know what a part of it looks like? And then why would you want your body to manufacture things? Some shoddy science, you know, like what the fuck's really going on? You know, and now you got disease X. Come on, man. You got to try harder than that, dude. Like your shit's so fucking upside down. Oh, we made this solution with like cow, like bovine solution and monkey virus crossed with like, you know, a fucking aborted fetal tissue and pegylated fucking nanoparticle self-replicating fucking whatever, dude. What the fuck, man? That's straight pharmakia witch doctor shit. Get that shit away from me, man. What the fuck's going on? Germ theory? You fucking build all that shit under a theory? The entire fucking thing is under the umbrella of a fucking theory? Well, that's pretty pathetic. Especially since that umbrella don't hold water, man. It's a fucking leaky umbrella. I wouldn't even bother with that thing. But you're gonna, there's like these industries and they're just like, line right up, you know. Get in line for the experiment and sign your name right there. What does that do? Why am I signing my name? Oh, because it's like, because this was all your idea. That's what you're basically doing when you sign it. You're just admitting that this was all your idea. It was? Well, for it to be all my idea, I guess I'm going to have to know what's in it. So what's in it? Well, we don't really know. What? Well, we know 50% of the ingredients, but the other 50% is proprietary or whatever. We just don't know. So it could be anything. Well, they said it's safe. Well, there's a... Who's they? Can we be in the presence of they? You know, can I meet them? No. Well, it seems pretty suspect that you would want me to sign that it's my idea to come inject something that neither of us know what the fuck it is into my body. How could I have that idea? We don't know what it is. I mean, your logic is kind of falling apart there, buddy. Maybe you should just go ahead and sign it. You can take responsibility for whatever happens. You're the one putting the needle in me. How about if I just don't do it? I give reverse medical advice here. I say, don't do it. You're better off not doing it. You know why? Because you're fine, right? Everything's fine. You're cool. All right. So you want to go take some risk? Something you don't even know what it is? And for the purpose of what? Just in case? Just in case what? You just have to do it. Just in case. And should shelter in place. Just in case. Mm-hmm. Cover your fucking face. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case. It's time for you to go and get another jab. And don't you worry about that adverse events, 'cause those are super rare and probably won't happen to you. So you better just go do what you say to be safe. Just in case. Don't you worry about your Bell's palsy. That is just part of you getting safe. And besides, you are covering your face anyway, and you are not around anyone, so nobody will know. It's okay, it's nothing to be ashamed of. At least you're safe. Don't you worry about that newscaster who fell over backwards on his ass and died. Well, that was just a case of SADS. And you know that SADS is out there and it's coming to get you, so you better do what we say. Peace. Just in case, just in case, you gotta do what we say to be safe. And you can never be too safe. You can never be too afraid. Why don't you want to be safe just in case? You got to swallow your defiance and follow the science. Oh, just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case. It's all about just in case. You know, because you might, there might be. And this is just going to reduce the symptoms for an asymptomatic disease. Oh, I get it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a pretty good trick right there. I like that. That's pretty evil. Reduce the symptoms for an asymptomatic disease. Oh, I get it. Because like asymptomatic meaning like just your normal waking state of being alive is the disease. So if you reduce the symptom of being alive, you're dead. Oh, that explains everything then. Now it makes perfect sense. That's why they mean by safe and effective. Oh, okay, I get it. That's a pretty fucking dark joke. You know, I get it at least. That's pretty fucking evil. Yeah. But they do tell you, at least they let you know. Am I tripping? Oh, we got a request. You want me to talk about trans? Oh, it used to be one of those conversations that people started talking about and be like, oh, please, man. Dude, my ears, man. Ah, dude, I can't forget the things you're saying because it's just like so shocking. I don't want to hear it. Please keep that at a fucking minimum, you know, because it's just so like, oh God, are you serious? You know what I mean? But now it's just become so normalized. I'm just like, oh, I'll write a song about it. I was joking about going to Mexico. You guys probably heard this so many times. The money exchange building, you know, it says it's a dollar sign and it says exchange, you know, where they exchange your American money for Mexican money. They're everywhere. It's everywhere. These little, it's like that's all they do. It's a little business, and you know, they build a little fucking building. It's like money exchange. You know, everywhere you look, but it's a dollar sign and then it says exchange. So everywhere you look, it says sex change with a dollar sign. You know, and so it's just kind of like a big joke. It's funny. I would think that that'd be like a running joke down there, but I guess they don't. You know, they speak some other language or something down there. I guess it's weird. I was joking about how that's how it's going to be in the future, though. But it really will be a sex change everywhere you look. Like, oh, just like these little pop-up little booths, you know. Oh, come on in. It's just a series of injections. You'll be a girl. Hey, what were you assigned at birth? Give me a break. It's pretty easy to figure that out, you know. Really, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but all you got to do is drop your drawers. I'll be able to tell you right quick what you are. No problem, man. I'm a pro. I know all that shit. I know about it. I've seen people naked before. It's not too hard to figure out. Come on. Don't fuck with that shit. No, you don't want to mess. That's precious, man. That's valuable. Don't fuck with that shit. What's wrong with you? I just don't know why anyone would try have something so extreme. It seems like a bad dream. And I don't get what they taught you. Oh, let me tell you, it's just not true. And I don't care how hard you try. It just comes down to the fact that you can't transition into that. Nope. No, you just can't be what you're not. No, you just got caught in a middle trap, but you can't transition into that. You just can't. Yes, and we can see what you'd like to be, but that's something you'll never achieve. And if you take away what you've got, my friend, that's something you can't get back, and you can't transition into that. You just can't. Transition into that. No, you just can't transition into that. I don't care what they taught you. That's just something you cannot do. You can't transition into that. No. You can't do that. Don't do that. Can't transition to that. And God has a plan for every woman and man. Don't turn your back on God. Don't turn your back on God. Don't turn your back on God. It's not a good thing to do. You might not believe in God, but God believes in you. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let anyone talk you into that. You can't transition into that. Whoa. You can't transition into that. No. You can't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't transition into that. Whoa. You don't want to do that. Don't let anyone talk you into that. They don't know what they're saying. Don't you do that. Don't talk people into that. What's wrong with you? You can't transition into that. It's just a big lie. Like everything else. It's just a big lie. It's like basically if it's in the mainstream, you know, if it's in their wheelhouse or whatever you want to say, if it's in the mainstream dialogue narrative, it's pretty much just complete and utter bullshit. It's like the mainstream, you know, it's like this man-made fucking mainstream. It's just a disgusting mess. It's a cesspool. You shouldn't play in that thing. It's disgusting. It's a wreck. It's just rancid. This man-made mainstream will make you mad and unhappy. How could that be? You might ask me. I tell you 'cause it's crappy. And this crappy river rolls I laugh because it's crappy, this crappy river roll. Down this crappy hill, down to the crappy bay where the crap will stay. And people claim crappiness, but I can't find no happiness in this crappy river. Someone slapped me, I almost got trapped back in this crappy mess. I guess I want to dip my toes in it, but then I noticed I'm knee deep in this crappy creek, drifting further out of reach, down to the crappy beach, crappy bay where the crap will stay, and fools will play in cesspools of this nasty main street that's so crappy. I can't be happy in this man-made mainstream. Will make you mad and unhappy. How could that be? You might ask me. I tell you 'cause it's crappy in this crappy river road. Down this crappy hill, this crappy river road. Oh, crappy river road. This man-made mainstream will make you mad and unhappy. Notice how I didn't say Shit Creek? Too predictable. It's annoying. I won't say it. You'll be in that crappy river without a paddle. Up a crappy creek with no room to move. There's too much crap in this stream. It's more crap than it is stream. There's too much crap in our stream. Or is there too much stream in our crap? I can't tell what's what. I gotta get stoned, man. There's too much blood in my drug stream. There's too much blood in my drug stream. Someone pack me a bong hit. I need to get snapping that thing right quick. I'm gonna get sick in this crappy river. I guess I want to dip my toes in it. But then I notice I'm knee deep in this crappy creek, drifting further out of reach, down to the crappy beach. Guns are safe and effective. That's true. That's so true. It's a good point. They're not fake and deceptive, unless you got a fake one, I guess. So never mind. Mosquitoes suck. They really do suck, literally. Quite literally. I've been taking some lyrics and kind of reappropriating them, I'm just kind of taking my thing and making it mine instead of trying to say it just fits on somebody else's shit. That don't make any sense to you probably, but that's the thing is I was writing this song and I was putting it over a Bob Dylan riff, but I kind of got sick of doing that shit because I can make up a riff of my own. Watch me. Well, once upon a bit space and time where you can curve in a straight line, put a dumb idea in your mind and think that it's true. That it's true. Well, once upon a bit space and time where you can curve in a straight line, put a dumb idea in your mind and think that it's true. That it's true. And then you from a greater point of view, it would look like a straight line with self-applied path. Brings you right back in a world wide enough to see the end. But there ain't no end. There ain't no end. There ain't no beginning. There ain't no end. There ain't no beginning. You've been circling and circling around, coming full circle on a sound. Circling, circling around, coming full circle on a sound. On a ring that rings in the ring till it brings it back around. Full circle on a sound, on a ring that rings in the ring till it brings it back around. And we're skipping to the beat of a redundant drum that comes in on the one and the offbeat to the continuum being ripped. Repeats and repeats and re-repeats. Skipping to the beat of a redundant drum that comes in on the one and the offbeat due to the continuum being ripped. It repeats and repeats and re-repeats. Repeats and repeats and re-repeats. Repeats and repeats and re-repeats till I have each nuance interpreted in a response that is quite clever. You might see me and say whatever, but I'm on my way to break the record. Yeah, I said you might see me and say whatever, but I'm on my way to break that record. The best way to break to a broken record. Yeah, you might see me and say whatever, but I'm on my way to break the record. The best way to break to a broken record. Yeah, you might see me and say whatever, but I'm on my way to break the record. The best way to break to a record that's been broken. Making common conundrum that we're all under, become someone who wonder. Take a common conundrum that we're all under, become someone who wonder. Common conundrum that we're all under, become someone who wonder. When I'm done here, I wonder what I would have done here if I hadn't have been someone who wondered. Once upon a bit of space and time, where you can curve in a straight line. Some idea in your mind and think that it's true, think that it's true. Once upon a bit of space and time, you can curve in a straight line. Put a dumb idea in your mind and think that it's true, think that it's true. That's like one of my girlfriends. She says the coolest shit all the time. I love her. She'll say something sometimes, and it's just like she has the ability to just like summarize this whole thing in just one short sentence. It's awesome. I love it. She left this comment one time where it read something like this: the sad thing is, most people don't even care if what they believe is true. Yeah, that is the sad thing. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even talk to some people about anything, you know what I mean? They just don't even care. They lack the wherewithal to even give a fuck. They just what you're saying is of no interest. That is sad. It's kind of discouraging, you know. It's like I think that's the result of having been brainwashed and fucking hoodwinked into this fucking phony ass reality they claim we're living in. It's just such a big fucking larger than life sort of claim to make, as if anybody could fucking know that shit. I mean, it just takes a little bit of critical thinking to realize, well, this is fucking dumb. Why would I believe all that shit? There's no evidence of it. I mean, it took me a while to really fucking come around. At first I just jumped on because I was like, these guys are punk rock, you know? I don't even care if they're right, you know? I was watching the way they're being abused on the fucking internet, you know? I was like, these flat earthers are all right, you know? I'm not saying anything that crazy, really. You know, and these people are being so mean. I was like, fuck, I'd rather hang out with them. I'm not going to come at them all weird like these other people, you know? Maybe they're fucking right. Who knows? You know, I was just being But then I was like, at that point, I was, fucking fascinated, so I did all the research you have to do. I mean, no, I didn't do it all. There's still plenty more, but I've been there, on board with this whole time, for, I think I jumped on board at like in 2017, maybe 18. Do you know when Owen Benjamin came to Flat Earth? You know what year that was? Because that's how I got introduced to it, pretty much. He was showing a taboo conspiracy video, and totally, I mean, it was great. I was like, at that point, I was just all about it. I was like, wait, this is what? This is real. I forget what year that was. I think it might have been the end of 2017. I had seen Flat Earth before, but I wasn't really on the computer. I wasn't on the internet. I was kind of doing my own thing. I play guitar and do art, and I didn't really have any reason to be online. But then I started. I mean, I guess you would call me a conspiracy theorist. I knew 9/11 was a fucking. You know what I mean? I was like, my mindset was already there. Like I think if I hadn't been a flat earther, I would have still been. I had the same stance on the COVID fucking prank. But that's the thing is about being a flat earther is like you don't fucking run the risk of like getting fucked up by some experimental shit that you apparently was your idea. Sign the dotted line so we can, because it's your idea that you're doing this, so it's all on you. But how can it be my idea if I don't know what it is, and neither do you? Someone's playing a big trick on us right now. This is not good, man. This is not good. It's like, since when did Big Pharma like have such great, like whatever, like since when were they so trustworthy? Is what I want to know. Like the triumvirate of honesty. I was making the joke. It's like the media, Big Pharma, and what was the other one? Like the government. Yeah, all those three things. They're always honest and they're always right on point. That was like what that was pretty much the argument. It's like, how could you not trust Big Pharma and the government and the media? What the fuck? I mean, they're saying something. It must be true. It must be real. No, actually, because they're saying it, it must be a manipulation of some sort. I mean, that's pretty much something I would put all my money on that one. I'd put my life on that one. They're not going to waste their time showing you something that isn't put there for a certain specific reason that's not being disclosed. I mean, maybe it is on some occasions. They're trying to get you to spend your money or be like brainwashed by society's norms or whatever. But it's like they don't waste a minute of airtime on TV, man. And the news especially it's there for exploit. They're basically there to manipulate your mind. It's straight up mind control. Yeah, and they mix in some truth, with it to make it seem like it's legit. They have to. The weather, things that are actually happening, but they'll focus on things that are actually happening for a certain reason, because they want you to either be afraid of something or to have distrust towards your neighbors or something. You know what I mean? It's always the same themes repeating through all of it. It's never like just some good news. There's a reason why there's never any good news. I mean, there's certain things that's like after a while you're just like, okay, this isn't legitimate, because like in a legitimate thing where they're just bringing you news, there'd be good news occasionally, because people are generally pretty good, there would be some good news. I think there is good things happening, but we just don't hear about it on the news because all they want to do is manipulate you. I mean, I'm speaking like fucking first grade truth or shit right here. Sorry. My bad. Oh, man. The baby truthers. I don't know about being like a full-on like fucking college graduate truther though. Like this whole business, like with like quantum conscious, like he's so far ahead of me. For one thing, like if you bring up flat Earth with him, he just laughs at you and calls you a kindergarten truther. and what he does is he'll say something along the lines of like the planets do loop-de-loops, and that's just too weird. That doesn't make sense. I'm like, because the light in the sky is doing something, you're willing to throw out every other fucking like. I mean, that's pretty fucking. It's just more or less that's just evidence of you being pretty much like a gatekeeper, or like just heavily indoctrinated, or just never really took it seriously enough to look into it. Like, why would you say that? And that's your only proof of why it's stupid. Flat Earth is stupid. The planets do loop-de-loops. That doesn't make any sense. Like, planets? What, you went out there and you verified that they're planets? Actually, they're like these big bodies. Like there might just be lights in the sky doing loop-de-loops. I mean, Well, that's what they are, actually. I mean, as far as we're concerned, nobody's ever been there, dude. Hello, like that's first grade truth, right? It's like fucking yeah, you're right. It is first grade truth. Like, and you know, like wherever you're at now, I think you've gone. I think you've like sort of digressed. Unfortunately, I mean, Matt is great. I love Matt. But last time I spoke with him in a comment section of one of his videos, I had said something about flat Earth, and because he had touched on it in his video. I mean, I kind of knew better than to bring it up, but he had said something about it, and I think he was he wasn't ripping on it so much as he was just saying it could be that or it could be a globe. It could be either or maybe. He's saying it could be both or some crazy shit, you know. It's like, man, what are you trying to do? It's like the sound of one hand slapping, you know, or like fucking, you know, like imagine your face before you were born. That kind of shit, you know, stuff that doesn't make sense. And I was like, well, you know, I think I might have commented something along the lines of like, well, if like flat Earth is a psyop, or if either the globe Earth or flat Earth, if one of them is a psyop, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell which one that would be. The one that the system is supporting, the one that the same system that's done every other psyop, you know. But maybe they co-opted flat Earth and you know brought that out as a means to destabilize the place, which is what they clearly seem to be doing. You know, maybe I'll give that some, you know, it's possible that this whole thing that we're on board with right now was generated artificially by the system itself, you know, as a means to like destabilize and cause division and whatever, and you know, leak the truth out ever so, you know, gradually, you know, and make it look like an organic thing that's happening, which it is, you know, but it's like the seed that was planted. I wonder, you know, sometimes I wonder, and I do believe there are flat earthers that sometimes kind of trip me out a little bit, but I don't want to go in and pointing fingers at people, but it's like it's just I wonder how like how you know it's just interesting. Oh man, hold on, I gotta do something here. Hold on a second. But I can't do a custom text. Come on. This is ridiculous. Get out of here with this. Oh, write new message. There we go. That's what I want. Sorry, I know mosquitoes are getting really bad. I might have to unwrap this shit. Shit. Bad. I might have to unwrap this shit. Shit. The globe is impossible, man. It's just such a joke. Like, I mean, it's pretty simple to just debunk it, like just in like you know a few minutes. Like, if anybody wants to have it debunked, just like, okay, well, let's see. The globe claims, you know, curvature and motion. So, so those things should be measurable if that's what it's claiming. So, from the vantage point of the ground and where we stand, where everybody stands, where nobody's ever stood anywhere else, let's see. Let's go out and try to measure the curvature because that's something, you know, maybe there'd be things hidden behind it, you know, that we wouldn't be able to see because of that, you know. Granted, we can only see so far because, you know, it makes sense that we can't see forever on a plane because the further away you get, the more stuff has to be sort of like compressed into your field of vision. So it's like, you know, whatever's furthest away is kind of getting smashed in with everything else that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not explaining it right, but like the thing is we won't see forever. That's obvious. So we'll just go out and see how far we can see. And like if we can see too far, then maybe there's something fishy going on, you know? Maybe it's actually flat. And so that was done, and there's enough evidence now to where people should be able to go and find it and look and then go test for themselves and see that they're right. We're seeing way too far. And I've done plenty of observations of my own. Like there's a mountain over here that's about I think it's 2,700 feet elevation, and I think we're about 40 miles from Monterey, and there's a mountain out in Monterey that has about the same elevation. And the reason I know this is because my girlfriend is from Monterey, and like, you know, we made some flat Earth observations up there where it's like, so you can see Monterey from over here on this mountain. It's about 40 miles as a crow flies that way. And I happen to know that the elevation for that mountain over there is roughly the same elevation as this mountain over here. And so having been up there and then seeing that mountain out there at eye level pretty much tells me that at 40 miles, there's zero curvature. I mean, it's pretty easy to go out and just debunk this shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's not that hard to go find out what elevation you're at. I mean, I happen to have a perfect spot to do that here. You know, I put a video up. Of course, I'm a big liar and shit. You know what I mean? It's like my channel got deleted in case you wanted to go see it. Maybe I'll do it again because it's a pretty good debunker, I think, of the globe. I mean, but basically what I'm saying is I proved to myself that there's no curvature over the course of 40 miles, which there should be. You know, it's like what's only an inch every square mile. You know, but it's like 10 miles. That's like what is that, like 66 feet or something? I don't know what it is, but I mean, but it's the thing is, it's at perfectly eye level. I mean, it's like I don't think that's how it would be. I think 40 miles is far enough to where there would be some curvature. It would be enough where you would notice it, wouldn't it? That's where they always get you. They're like, oh, maybe it's, they gaslight you. Well, it's just so big. Okay, but if we can see too far, and it's been done enough times, well, maybe we need to put that one to bed for a minute because clearly they want to try to say there's like a refraction or something. What they want to do is basically tell you like there's another variable here, which is the atmosphere. Okay, okay, that's true. There is another variable. It's the atmosphere. So wait a second. If we're not really able to measure the curvature because of the atmosphere, and we thought at one point that we were measuring curvature from the ground because of what we were seeing, then perhaps we were just measuring the atmosphere, since that is a variable. Can we consider that possibility maybe? Because if what you're saying is like we're seeing too far because the atmosphere is doing tricks and shit, it's like, well, maybe that's all we've ever seen. And it's just the atmosphere doing tricks and shit. How do we know that that's curvature? You just said it was the atmosphere that's making us, you know what I mean? So if that's the variable, that seems to be like pretty significant. If it's going to make us think we're seeing 100 miles, but we're not really, or whatever. And it's like, that's a pretty significant variable to consider. And since the opposition is, like the opposition is admitting that's a variable, well, why don't we just consider this for a second? Maybe that is the only variable. Maybe that's what we've just been seeing this whole time. We thought we were seeing curvature ships and with all this kind of shit going over the horizon and whatever. If we're going to say that the atmosphere is a variable and how far we can see, maybe that's just the only variable we really need to worry about, since that's the only one I can think of. So we'll just put that one to bed for now because I think it's been thoroughly debunked. But if you don't want to let go of that one, fine. Let's measure the motion now. Your ground moving? Nope. Okay. So there you go. It's not that hard to do. What about the sunset? Get yourself $1,000 camera like I did because I fucking want to put my money where my mouth is. Went down to the beach and filmed the sunset. Okay, watch. When you're not using your camera and you're looking at the naked eye, you're watching that thing going down below the horizon, the curvature of the earth is hiding the sun, thus causing nightfall. Well, when you're watching that happen, take a camera and zoom in on that sun that's sinking below the horizon. Oh, look, it's still above the horizon. There's still plenty of space. It's still up in the sky, actually. Oh, well, what am I doing again? I'm proving that the sun wasn't, because we thought we saw it sinking below the horizon. So when we zoomed in on it, and it turns out it wasn't. So that's what we did. We just proved that it wasn't doing what we thought it was doing, which was sinking below the horizon. You can make excuses all day long, but you got to just try to be honest with me here. We thought we saw it sinking below the horizon, but then we zoomed in on it, and it sure as fuck wasn't. It was up in the air still, up in the sky like it always is. It was an illusion. Like we said before, we agreed on the fact that the atmosphere can play tricks on us, So there was another trick. Hey, maybe the whole globe thing is just a big trick. Maybe it started off as an innocent mistake, but it's a big trick now, that's for sure. Because I'd say these are pretty much thoroughly debunking your bogus claims. Just these simple things that you can go do. The science. Give me a break, people. It's really pretty lowbrow when you think about it. But nobody wants to think about it. The sad thing is that nobody really gives a fuck if what they believe is true or not. I love my girlfriend. She's so smart. She's so observant. She's so on point. We were talking about the COVID shit one time and going back and forth, just joking about just talking about how fucked up it was. And she just, at one point, she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, but your health is not my problem." It's like, yes. Oh, I love you. Just the way it came out of her mouth is just so matter of fact. I just thought it was so cute. they had everyone believing that it was like our fucking responsibility to fucking look out for everyone's health. And it's like, no, man, that's not the place we exist in. That's never been the case. We can, sure, you can concern yourself with other people's health if you want, but it ain't your responsibility. It's not, it's nothing to do with you, really. It's an individual thing. It's funny how these obvious things get lost, you know? Your health is not my problem. So true. It's just such a good thing to be reminded of, you know? Crazy. The other day I finished my stream, and usually there's like 4 or 5 people, it says up on the thing, you know, and it fluctuates, you know. It's never done anything but that. I've never seen double digits. But the other day after my stream, it said I had 117 views. I'm like, what the fuck? Was somebody like have my stream going on their channel or something? Because I don't know how that happened. It never said like more than, I've never had double digits in my numbers here, ever. But before on my old channel, when I used to, you know, when I had like maybe like almost 500 subs, I had like 450 or something like that, 480. But back then I would have streams where I'd finish it and it would say there was like 100 people watching, but it never said more than like 8 or 9, you know, up in the little numbers there. So I guess people just dip in and out, and overall it added up to be that many. But that's crazy. Maybe it's just because I stream longer. There's more people that dip in and out and shit. But do you guys know if anybody was showing it on a different channel or something? Because I don't know how I get that many people watching. I had more people watching than I had subscribers, which seems like kind of rare. Isn't that kind of rare? Or does that just mean all the people that were watching me think I suck? That's possible. They didn't stay, because if they did, they would have shown some more numbers up here. The numbers are, I mean, the digits on the screen mean everything. It's reality. I mean, you can't argue with that. They're digits on a screen, you guys. I mean, that's fact. We've been taught to deny our own experience, as if our God-given eyes and ears are deceiving us, and the fundamental observations that we make as children are simply hand-waved dismissed, as though they don't exist. Ultimately, just become lost thoughts in the mix and in the memory hole. That's where they go. Yeah, that's where they go. And the place in your mind where those thoughts used to sit is quickly refilled with a bunch of irrelevant bullshit, and a fairy tale that covers the course of billions of years, where we somehow evolved out of lifeless space debris into the people that we are right now. And that's just such a stretch of the imagination, which is why I have an inclination to just throw the whole thing away and start all over again. We could really use it. We could really use it. We just face the music. God gave you a mind. Don't forget how to use it. Go face the music. You know you could use it. Just face the music. Face the music. There's someplace I got to go. Traveling somewhere far from you, far from anyone that we both know. It's just time to start again. Let go, get my grip, back in touch with what's in front of me. Pull yourself together. There is someone that you have to be. Held back didn't seem like that far, but it was far enough for me. Never will forget the things that at the time I didn't even see. Now it's all in front of me. I will lose myself and find everyone else. Try to tie it all together and make sense of this life and the reasons I try to keep us all tied together. Looking back on the world, I knew it seemed like there was more I was going to do. When I was young, now I'm alone, I get lost with everyone. Somewhere, somehow, sometime I got spun out. Just trying to tie it together, tie it together, tie it together, tie it together and make sense of my life. Try to keep it together. But I feel like we all could be a lot more satisfied the way we live around each other. Happy, you know you got to travel sometimes. Figure out if you're alright. But I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, so long, goodbye, I'm gone. So long, goodbye, I'm gone. But I'm only traveling. I'm only traveling. I'm traveling, traveling. So long, goodbye, I'm gone. Only traveling, only traveling, traveling. Yeah. I'm doing a stream. I'm finishing my show real quick. There's one person. I'm gonna play a song for one person. This one goes out to number one. You are number one. This one goes out to number one. I don't write songs for number two. I only write songs for you, number one. We better not get two, we only want one. This one goes out to you, number one, and get her done. Time to get her done. Gotta do what you do on number one. Don't wanna do number two, not here, not in front of you. No, sirree. Hey, Dominic. Stop! What? I will, yeah, but I'm finishing my show. What do you guy want to hear? Or if you're a girl, it's probably my girlfriend. Brittany, is that you? It's getting dark. I'm gonna do it myself.
What?
I was on the number 9, headed south for Carolina. I heard that low.
Boy, I hate you.
Whistle blow. I got in trouble. I had to roam. Left my girl and left my home. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. I was just a kid acting smart. I went and broke my woman's heart. I guess I was too young to know. Now I'm in Georgia, Maine. Lock me to a ball and chain. And I heard that low whistle blow. Hold on, I gotta go. I gotta go. I love you guys. Cheers.